Hey, what is going on YouTube? I know it's been a while since I posted my last video, and I think it's necessary for me to post a complete banger in today's video. So hopefully you guys can get some takeaway by the end of what I'm about to tell you guys. Um, there's this one thing that would honestly determine all areas of your life, the people, places, and things that you currently surround yourself with, the areas that you live in, the relationships that you guys currently have, the content that you watch, down to the food that you eat, and most importantly, the type of impact that you will make, right? And it really has shaped who you are as a person today, and it is something that you kind of instill slowly into your life based on the actions and the habits, either subconsciously or consciously, moving forward, right? So when we came out of our mother's womb, obviously a lot of our belief system wasn't installed from that point on. It is something that was developed through kind of like, how our mind works is, or how life works is that we're, as humans, we are a sponge. We take in a lot of information that's been presented to us. We take in information from the content that we watch, to what our peers and our family tells us, down to what they're teaching in school. And through those experiences, what you currently develop is something called a belief system, right? Which I feel like at the end of the day is super undervalued and not spoken enough in this space or in the online marketing, or with everything that I do within that industry itself. And I just think it's something that has been super impactful for me in just the past 3 years. And I thought it would be cool just to share a little bit more of my experience and kind of like the thought process that goes behind it, and why this one thing is such it's a double-edged sword for sure. It can be dangerous if it's navigated in the wrong way, but as long as you're kind of like aware of who you're listening to, who you're watching, and only listening to people and taking advice from people that you seek to be, I think within that context or that narrative, it makes sense, right? So just to give you some context, 3 years ago, I was working at a restaurant for almost like 3 or 4 years already. I was in college that time, and I was definitely in a lot of student debt. I was dorming the first year, and just over the years, I have completely no direction of what I want to do with my career, my life, and I was just in. I was pretty depressed, right? So I was in depression for a while, and the only way to really escape reality is for me to, number one, drink, and then number two, take drugs, and then number three, kind of disregard like what's happening in the day to day of what I do. And I started to kind of be a little bit aware of it because people will call me out on it. So I'm thankful for, some of the friends that stood with me till this date. Regardless of like where I'm at in life, they're always supportive, and sometimes you never want to take those for granted, right? But back to what I'm saying, while I was going through the personal development phase, I came across this course, and then there's this one quote within the course that really stood out to me. And it goes like this, right? So your belief becomes your thoughts becomes your words become your action becomes your habits, and then your habits become your values, and then your values become the destiny or the person that you want to be, which obviously enhance into the lifestyle, the people that you hang out with, the content that you consume, the career trajectory that you place yourself in. So much things align with what you start installing within the belief system, right? It's not mindset, it's the belief system first that, capitulate into your mindset. Therefore, your mindset start having these sort of thoughts. Your thoughts start becoming words become actions. The action that you take, it comes back from the thoughts that you kind of like think about on a day-by-day basis. And you guys just have to be completely aware of why you do what you do, right? Where is that source really coming from? Being self-aware of that is the number one thing that has helped me and has helped a lot of people too when it comes to the context of what we're speaking about today. And it's just very, very important for you guys to understand, like, why am I doing a specific action in the first place? Why am I eating a specific food in the first place? Like, dig deep into the core of how that even started, or how that habit even started, how the action even came across, from the thoughts that you have from, the people that you listen to, etc. Right? So that was very life-changing for me. And then from there, once I started, really vibing with the quote that was presented within the course, I started writing a lot of what my limiting beliefs are, right? Limiting beliefs include, like, in order to make a lot of money, you have to, stay in corporate 9 to 5. You gotta work 5 to 6 years to climb up the ladder, in order to, make a lot of money. What else? There's just so much limiting beliefs I had over time, but that was just one example of it, right? Um, yeah, so what I'm trying to say here is, yeah, just being self-aware, consciously, subconsciously, of where the source of what you do, of why you do, comes from, and then start eliminating that on the ones that are really doing a disservice for you or not leading you into the direction of the lifestyle or the person that you want to be, right? So, and yeah, I mean, again, like, the purpose of this video is not to, get clout, not to have validation of what I'm saying. I just think before posting a lot more content, it is something that we need to kind of like understand in the first place of where I'm coming from, so you can see in the perspective of all of the other contents that I'm going to be posting out, right? And number one is your limiting beliefs, your belief system, knowing the source of that, and then ultimately how that source will lead you to becoming the person that you are today, right? Yeah, so if you guys like this video, just make sure to share with a friend, click like. But there are going to be a lot more killer videos like this coming out. I like to do mainly finance videos, but sometimes I feel like mindset and just knowing who you are, self-development is kind of like your first stepping stone in understanding everything that I do in a certain way, so you can see it from my perspective. All right, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.